Good evening. Where are the other two? Jumbos? Absent. Virat कुछ notes, writing, videos. Which chapter completed? I completed. I completed. Denudation completed. We'll call it for you. Take out the chapters. Which chapter I was doing? Uh-huh. Hydrosphere started. You are the leading portion in all the plans. I don't think hydrosphere has started. एक काम करते हैं just volume question answers है ना show me all the chapters you have completed hydrosphere का इसका previous chapters ये सब fill up करो denudation का है ना I'll try to get some nice videos for you आज थोड़ा सा like और note करें है ना and I'll give you some question answers as well. That's all. Once you finish that, we will see this video. Okay. This month I will get more lives. In between, I have to taste it. And मेरे तरफ से कुछ करना है को एक मिनट का बस कॉल मिस कर दिन भर में फोन रिपीट तो हाँ यू सी इट Ask me a question. I'll give you the answer.
What are the deflation models?
What are the
deflation
models?
How are they formed?
Wait. Look here, everyone. You remember that work of the wind? Yes or no? And this deflation hollows are something like this. ये अगर surface है, correct? And these hollows are created something like this. Perchance है ना? It is not perchance. So it will be going here. So this wind picks up the moisture, throws it. Wind picks up the moisture, throws it. So just check. ये जो land था, this is eaten by this wind, and these hollows are created. That is a diagrammatic one. Will you not get the answer? Check. If not, I will give you the answer. Wait. Volume नहीं है?
चाहिए क्या?
Deflation involves the lifting as well as blowing away of the loose materials from the sand. The fine dust. Deflation results in a constant छोटा करके pencil चलेगा. Show you more. Same answer. And this yeah. Okay. You got deflation all those? Yes. What is the other question you don't get it? Tell me. Chapters beyond this, is it complete? Now look at this chapter. Hydrosphere, I've already given the introduction. You remember? How much percent of the Earth's surface is covered by water? 70. And drinking water is how much? It's hardly 2%, 1.87%. Other waters are ocean water sea water, and they generally constitute. Out of the total water, 97% of the water is saline, which is sea or ocean. And you know there are how many oceans on the earth? How many? Seven. Seven oceans, है ना? Seven seas है. Seven oceans. And seas also there. And besides, we have the saltwater lakes also. But fresh waters are rivers, ponds, wells, lakes. So now look at this video. You'll understand what is this hydrosphere is all about.
Water is life. Sustains every living thing on our planet. From the smallest microorganisms to the largest whales, all life depends on water. Our planet is often more than 70% of Earth's surface. The precious resource that we must cherish and protect. Water is essential for our survival. We need it to drink, to grow our food, to maintain our nature. Water plays a crucial role regulating Earth's activity, but also through oceans active through thickness, building parts of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Study of Earth's water offers understanding the connections between the ocean, the atmosphere, the land. By learning about how water better appreciates the ability to put population. The hydrosphere encompasses all the water on Earth. This includes oceans, lakes, rivers, groundwater, ice caps, and even the moisture in the atmosphere. The vast majority of Earth's water, over 96%, found in the ocean. Remaining freshwater systems, usually in life on land, make up a much smaller percentage. Oceans are vast, interconnected bodies of soil. They cover most of the Earth's surface. Lakes are smaller bodies of freshwater and saltwater. Now inland on the coastline. Rivers are flowing bodies of freshwater. They originate from higher elevations, flow toward ocean or lake. Earth's surface, oil, rock, and which is an important source of fresh water in the region. Ice caps and glaciers are frozen masses of fresh water. They are found in polar regions and high mountain ranges. The atmosphere also contains water vapor, which plays a crucial role in weather. The hydrological cycle describes the continuous movement of water on, above, below the surface of the Earth. It is a closed system, meaning that no water is lost from the air. Water is constantly being recycled through this cycle, driven by solar energy and gravity. The cycle begins with evaporation. Heat from the sun, water is warm, ocean, lake, rivers, evaporate into the atmosphere or vapor. The water vapor rises, then water. Now for later, water droplets are like the the water droplet will rise to go back to Earth or formation. The vegetation in various forms, including rain and snow, heat and hail, or precipitation within the Earth that follows several pathways. Infiltrate the ground and extract it. Lower the land is runoff will evaporate back to the atmosphere, continuing the cycle. Waves are a constant feature of the ocean. They are generated by the wind blowing over the water's surface. The strength of the waves depends on the wind speed, duration, distance over which the wind blows and known as pitch. As wind blows over the water, friction creates small ripples. These ripples grow larger with frequent exposure or wave. Waves remain apart. Next, to replace the water, the drop to the lowest point. The distance between the waves before drops before the wave bend. Waves can travel without the bottom from the ocean. They approach the shore, what depth causing the wave to slow down, increasing altitude. Eventually, the wave breaks, releasing its energies onto the shoreline. Waves may have bold, shaken coastline, eroding cliffs, and falling bedrock.
Yes, I told you, na? High tide and low tide.
That's great state.
You made the diagrams as well.
The moon's back.
Hmm. What is the high tide? What is the low tide? What is the spring tide? What is the neap tide? Anna? And why does a low tide is cause which is in the right angle position? Who nullifies the pull? Sun and the moon. Moon ka jo pull hai, sun will nullify it. Okay. And there are 2 days, full moon night and new moon night. What is that? Amavasya and Purnima. Correct. So this is what we are going to learn here. What is the patient?
One of my weeks old is a areas that keep the body good. And the earth will be different locations experience high low tides throughout the day.
We actually ये ज़्यादा important है. Where other two needs to be there.
Low tides.
Different types of currents are explained. Warm current, cold current. Regular video. I will put any current. And explain it.
Varies depending on the location. You're right. Factors like the shape of the coastline and the depth of the water also influence tidal. Section 6. The sun and moon's dance. Spring and winter tides. The sun also plays a role in influencing tides, although its gravitational pull is weaker than the moon's and with greater distance from Earth. When the sun, Earth, and moon are aligned, their gravitational forces combine to produce more extreme tides than the spring tide. Spring tide during even full phases. During these tides, the high tide are higher than usual. The low tides are lower than usual. Peak tide and when the sun and moon are at right angles to each other during the first and third quarter lunar phases. During neap tides, the gravitational forces of the sun and moon partially cancel each other out. This results in less extreme tides, with lower high tides, higher low tides compared to spring tides. Spring and neap tides demonstrate the interplay of gravitational forces.
And explaining that spring and neap tide.
Section 7. Rivers in the sea ocean currents. Ocean currents are continuous, directed movements of seawater within the Earth's ocean. They are driven by various factors, including wind currents, differences in water density, the Earth's ocean. Ocean currents should know distributing influencing climate. Driven currents generated by the prevailing wind with the ocean circling. Spring flows in one direction, slides the surface over a long period. Density driven current also known as the radiant circulation, caused by differences in water density due to variation in temperature. The Earth's rotation also influences ocean currents through the Coriolis effect. The Coriolis effect causes moving objects, the water, to the right in the northern hemisphere, to the left of the hemisphere. This deflection influences the direction of ocean currents. Section 8. Gulf Stream and beyond. Notable ocean currents. There are numerous ocean currents circulating around the globe, each with its unique characteristics and influence. One of the most well-known currents is the Gulf Stream. The Atlantic Ocean current originating from the Gulf Stream flows northwards along the eastern coastline of North America before crossing the Atlantic Ocean or the Atlantic Ocean. There is warm and tropical water that moderating tension in the Gulf Stream. The North Atlantic trade brings warm water that requires the pressure into the body. That will include
This is what I have to explain. Croatia, warm current, Pacific. Warm current and cold current.
Section 9. The ocean's influence. Climate and marine life. Ocean currents and the impact on Earth's climate and marine systems. They had to feed distributors, transporting more water, shopping, water control. This heat exchange helps regulate global temperatures, moderate climate extremes. Ocean currents also influence the distribution of nutrients oxygen in the ocean, supporting marine life. Swelling currents make nutrients available to the depths of the earth. Fueling the growth of phytoplankton, base of the marine food web. Ocean currents create diverse habitats for marine organisms. For example, Gulf Stream supports a wide variety of marine life. Whales, due to its warmth, changes in ocean currents have significant impacts on marine ecosystem, affecting fish populations, coral reefs, and other marine organisms. Section 10, the future of our new planet. The hydrosphere is a dynamic and interconnected system that plays a vital role in sustaining life. Understanding that ocean currents time the hydrological cycle to particularly mitigate the impact of change, managing population, and fuel block, our responsibility, and supports for fuel generation. By reducing our carbon footprint, serving water, promoting sustainable practices, we can help ensure a healthy, vibrant hydrosphere in years to come. Let us all be mindful of our actions, work together to safeguard the future of our blue planet.
Now this entire chapter, if you see, take the whole thing. You see the chapter, you have to see there are warm currents and cool currents. You see? Put the heading in your notebook, ocean currents. Ocean currents. And what we will do, we will divide this into two. In a notebook, you write like this. You write warm ocean currents and cold currents. And you only run through that and check and put number 1, which is like Croatia is a warm current, Labrador is a cold current. And just identify. I'll give you some simpler exercise. Run through that paragraph, identify which is a warm current, right kind of warm current. Ocean currents. Go into current stream, check whether it is a warm current. So we have to explain with these guys present. Croatia is a which current? Warm current. Croatia. Labrador is a cold current. Look at it. You only identify. The Labrador is a cold current. All the examples, sir. Oashio, है Gulf Stream. You check free. देखो वो तो information को छोड़ो. We want to go for about 30 degree west and 40 degrees principal on speed. In kind of 8 influence there. I program from this. In fact, climate of Europe and all the local then it could have a North Atlantic, one of the branches. The presence of the stone site for is a good like a very climate of Western is warmer. Then it would be otherwise due to the northern warm current. Gulf Stream is a warm current. So identify and keep writing. Gulf Stream. one statement it will identify. Whether it's a warm current or a cold current. You're getting it? Good. That Atlantic drift is also warm. Then I'll explain why it is warm and cold. Your school exams dates are out, is it? 80 months wala? Sorry. Only class tests. 80 months wala? Yes. Ooh. How much you go? There. How much you got it? Clear.
Hello friends, welcome to kkexam.com and today we will learn difference between cold.
Stop writing, understand. And I'll show you the
Current, warm current, waves, current, stream, surface current and deep current. These definitions are very confusing. In these 2 seconds, I will clarify all your doubts.
only 4 seconds. Okay. This red color one are all warm currents. The blue color one are cold current. If you see, this is United Kingdom. United Kingdom, Labrador. And this is our Central America, California, cold current. Now, from here it starts like a cold current. By the time it passes through equator, it becomes a warm current. ये Peruvian current है, जो origin तो उसका यहाँ से है, somewhere deep in South America. But by the time it moves here, it becomes warm current. ये Brazilian, it's Venezuela बोलते, circular type. एक जगह पर cold current है, by the time it enters here, it becomes warm current. In Mozambique, है ना? Then we have East Australia. And this is your Crucio. The spelling is different, but here the spelling is different. Okay? Here the cold current, warm current, these are drift current, stream, surface current, deep current. यहाँ तो जो beginning में था वही है, but उतना ज़्यादा नहीं.
So let's start.
Carefully.
First, let's see some factor that causes ocean current. Rotation of Earth, Brownian force, pressure gradient, temperature variation, salinity differences, atmospheric pressure, winds, evaporation, precipitation, tides. So you might be thinking that how these factors are generating ocean current. I will take one example, salinity difference. If there is salinity difference in two waters, then high salinity water will move toward the low salinity water, and this causes the movement and result into ocean current. This is how ocean current generates in ocean. There is a movement of water in the ocean that will be. And on the basis of velocity, dimension, and direction, they can be divided into 3 categories. There is ocean current and ocean stream. What is drift? Drift is the forward movement of the surface water of the ocean under the influence of some prevailing wind. That means only surface water is moving, not the cold water. And ocean current It involves the movement of the
So
ocean water, but with a greater velocity than wind. The ocean sea is like a river flowing inside the ocean. It has a greater velocity than wind, which is called a cold current. These are some examples of warm is water. So it is called a warm polarity.
that flows from the equator towards the poles. Generally, it will be warm current. Equator से pole की तरफ जा रहा है, pole से जो equator की तरफ आएगा, cold current. The ocean current that flows from polar areas towards the equator. ये notebook में लिख लो. It's the simplest definition. Define warm current. और warm current का आंसर लिखो. Define cold current. फिर उसका आंसर. Easy. So we write define cold current and copy it out. Currents which move from polar areas towards the equator. We're done. Is the
At
strength
the
of the
polar
structure.
region, that water has higher temperature as compared to the surrounding water. So it is called a warm water. And similarly,
सिर्फ only बिल्डिंग ही कर रहा है ना, वो तो हम भी करते हैं.
density difference. Deep currents are larger and slower than surface current.
I want you to see the
And
pictures
these
of
also
the videos.
Yeah, I'll become something for anything. It's going to be tonight. But then
Yes. ये चलेगा ना.
you can see. Oceans may water movement are definitely added to overall elaborate flows. Some of the flows. They say our oceans may deep vigorously very bad. You know, a different part or direction of flow होते हैं. नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं खुशी हूँ आपका ज्योग्राफी का फैकल्टी और स्वागत है आपका PWIS के एक और इंटरेस्टिंग वीडियो. आज के इस वीडियो में हम लोग सभी ओशन करंट्स के बारे में जानते हैं. ओशन करंट्स को उनके नीचे के बेसिस पर हम मेनली दो तरह में क्लासिफाई कर सकते हैं. पहला है वार्म ओशन करंट्स और दूसरा है कोल्ड करंट। आज के इस वीडियो में हम इन्हीं दो टाइप्स के ओशन करंट्स को बेसिन वाइज डिस्कस करेंगे। तो चलिए फिर स्टार्ट से शुरू करते हैं। करंट्स ऑफ अटलांटिक। अटलांटिक ओशन का सबसे मेजर करंट है नॉर्थ इक्वेटोरियल करंट, जो ईस्ट से वेस्ट की ओर फ्लो होता है। ये करंट 10 to 20 डिग्री नॉर्थ लैटिट्यूड के अंदर फ्लो होता है। दोस्तों यहाँ पर एक चीज का ध्यान रखना है कि नॉर्थ इक्वेटोरियल नाम होने की वजह से आप इसे इक्वेटर से जोड़कर मत देखें। इक्वेटर से इसका कोई रिलेशन नहीं है। आपको पहले भी बताया कि इक्वेटर से काफी ऊपर 10 डिग्री से 20 डिग्री लैटिट्यूड में पाया जाता है, जो इक्वेटर से काफी नॉर्थ हो। ये करें अटलांटिक के अलावा पैसिफिक ओशन में भी पाया जाता है। नॉर्थ इक्वेटोरियल करंट की तरह ही एक और करंट है साउथ इक्वेटोरियल करंट। ये करंट अटलांटिक के साथ साथ पैसिफिक और इंडियन ओशन में पाया जाता है। अटलांटिक ओशन में ये करंट 0 डिग्री से 20 डिग्री साउथ लैटिट्यूड में पाया जाता है, जबकि पैसिफिक और इंडियन ओशन में ये सदर्न हेमिस्फीयर के अलावा 5 डिग्री नॉर्थ में भी चला जाता है। नॉर्थ और साउथ इक्वेटोरियल करंट की तरह ही एक और करंट है काउंटर इक्वेटोरियल, जो इक्वेटोरियल करंट के ठीक ऑपोजिट यानी कि वेस्ट टू ईस्ट के डायरेक्शन में फ्लो होता है। साउथ इक्वेटोरियल करंट की तरह ही ये करंट भी पैसिफिक और इंडियन ओशन में पाया जाता है। काउंटर इक्वेटोरियल करंट नॉर्थ और साउथ इक्वेटोरियल करंट के बीच 0 डिग्री से 5 डिग्री नॉर्थ लैटिट्यूड में पाया जाता है। अब आइए अटलांटिक ओशन के कुछ दूसरे मेजर करंट्स को देखो। फॉर्मेशन नॉर्थ और साउथ इक्वेटोरियल करंट से ही होता है या फिर उनका इनका कोई मेजर इन्फ्लुएंस पड़ता है। जैसा कि हमने पहले ही डिस्कस किया कि साउथ इक्वेटोरियल करंट ईस्ट टू वेस्ट डायरेक्शन में फ्लो होता है, लेकिन वेस्ट अटलांटिक में साउथ इक्वेटोरियल करंट ब्राजील के डी साउथ रूट के पास दो ब्रांचेस में डिवाइड करता है और इसका नदर्न ब्रांच नॉर्थ इक्वेटोरियल करंट को ज्वाइन कर लेता है। इसके बाद ये कंबाइंड करंट कैरेबियन सी और गल्फ ऑफ मेक्सिको के अंदर इंटर करते हैं, जहां इसे एंटिलिस करंट के नाम से जाना जाता है और ये एक वार्म करंट है। फिर एंटिलिस करंट आगे चलकर फ्लोरिडा स्ट्रेट के पास नॉर्थ से आ रही करंट से मर्ज हो जाता है और वहां इसे फ्लोरिडा करंट कहते हैं और ये भी एक वार्म करंट ही है। इसी करंट को केप हैटर्स के आगे गल्फ स्ट्रीम के नाम से जाना जाता है, जो कि एक बहुत ही पॉपुलर वार्म करंट है। The first one of स्ट्रीम स्ट्रेट ऑफ फ्लोरिडा से एग्जिट करते हुए नॉर्थवर्ड न्यू फाउंडलैंड की ओर ट्रैवल करते हैं, जहां गल्फ स्ट्रीम
You know where is Newfoundland? Total is in only Canada. NFW provinces.
नॉर्थ से आ रही वर्ड करंट जिसे लैब्राडोर करंट बोलते हैं उससे मर्ज होती है। यहाँ पर ध्यान देने वाली बात यह है कि जब भी एक कोल्ड करंट वार्म करंट से मर्ज होती है, इसकी वजह से न्यू फाउंडलैंड के आसपास में आपको डेंस फॉग का फॉर्मेशन होते हैं। कोल्ड और वार्म करंट मर्ज होने वाले प्लेसेस का एक और फीचर ये है कि ये प्लेसेस मैरीन रिसोर्सेज जैसे कि फिशरीज, सी ग्रासेस, ऐसे बहुत सारे दूसरे मैरीन रिसोर्सेज में काफी रिच होते हैं और यही रीजन है कि आप देखेंगे कि न्यू फाउंडलैंड अपने रिच मरीन रिसोर्सेज के लिए पूरे वर्ल्ड में जाना जाता है। लैब्राडोर करंट से मर्ज होने के बाद वेस्टर्लीज के इन्फ्लुएंस में गल्फ स्ट्रीम ईस्टवर्ड डिफ्लेक्ट होता है, जहां इसे नॉर्थ अटलांटिक ड्रिफ्ट के नाम से जाना जाता है। इसी जगह नॉर्थ से आ रही एक कोल्ड करंट ईस्ट ग्रीनलैंड करंट से जुड़ जाती है। आगे चलकर ये कंबाइंड करंट दो ब्रांचेस में डिवाइड हो जाता है। जो इसका नदर्न ब्रांच होगा ना, वो ब्रिटिश आइल्स को पार करके नॉर्वे पहुंच जाता है, जहां उसे नॉर्वेजियन करंट के नाम से बोलते हैं और वहीं इसका सदर्न ब्रांच स्पेन और एजोर्स आइलैंड के
All is only one current.
कैनरीज करंट। इसके विषय पर
Starts from here. है ना? Goes here. Which one is intercepting? Labrador current. So this entire region is good for fishing. And then East Greenland current. ये तो मालूम नहीं तो Greenland. है ना? Then Goa. Then North Atlantic drift it is coming here. Then there is one more warm current is coming and intercepting. That is Norwegian. But now if both of you read current streams, I will and check whether it is all things are related. And why do you only mark it that this people come on coming?
आगे ट्रैवल करता है।
then all these points are reflecting. No need to read. Leave it.
The derivative form होने के पीछे this whole Canadian current का बहुत बड़ा रोल Canadian current southward the south is going down.
Brazilian born current है the Brazil south current.
Oh shit.
Even if I it went wrong.
Use this container, some salt, food dye, in order to help understand. Oh,
This is why currents are caused, difference in salinity level.
ocean currents caused by differences in salinity. Many of the waves on the surface of the ocean are caused by the wind. However, underneath the surface, there are deep currents that are caused by density differences caused by differences in salinity. This demonstration will help you understand how these currents occur. Now we're going to show how differences in salinity can cause currents. On this side, we're going to have very salty water. In fact, we're going to go ahead and pour some salt into it. There's one. Four. Okay. And then on this side of the container, we've got fresh water. So I'm going to stir this up real fast. And then what we'll do is there's a divider in between. And when you open the divider, we'll see if there's a current. Okay. So here we go. We'll open it up and you can see the green, more salty water flow underneath the fresh water because it has a greater density. And you can also see the freshwater flow above the other. I'm going to stop the flow down. And now what I'll do is I will add some blue food coloring and make this side, which is a mixture of both, really turn it blue. And then what we'll do is we'll open it up again and see if it settles in between these two. Okay. So anyway, let's look at this real fast. We have fresh water, then we have more dense salt water, then we have a mixture, we'll call that brackish. And we'll see if it should settle in between. Again, we're trying to see how the water flows due to differences in salinity. So we'll open it up. And as you can see, there's a nice current of, we'll call it brackish water. Again, we have also a convection current flowing this way, and we'll stop it. And as you can see, we have fresh, brackish, and salt. I hope that helps in your understanding.
What is that? This is the lighter density, and this is much heavier, and this is the heaviest. इससे salt डाला ना उसमें, ये वो. The waves are caused here up and down. Our currents below. Normally due to the differences in what? Differences in salinity.
Hello friends, welcome to teachexam.com and
What I'm going to do, we will write one current, but in very simpler points, so that it helps you. The first one is what helps you in church. Write the heading. I give notes on to that. At least we will do some long currents and one or two full currents. Okay, so how I'm giving notes exactly, that is how you have to learn. It originates in the Gulf of Mexico. It originates from the Gulf of Mexico. Hey, you know Mexico? It's an independent country. Earlier it was with South America. Gulf of Mexico coming out of Straits of Florida. Strait is capitalized. Strait of Florida. Second one. It is a powerful warm current. Next. It gets split into two crossing the northern Europe. Full stop. Next. It influences the climate of. It influences the climate of Western and Northern Europe. It influences the climate of Western and Northern Europe. Next. Its presence leads to the development of. Its presence leads to the development of strong cyclones. ब्रैकेट में डाल देना ओशियानिक जो ओशन से साइक्लोन निकलता है एंड एटमॉस्फेरिक ओशियानिक एंड एटमॉस्फेरिक using this next point renewable power generation is possible. Electricity, yeah? Renewable power generation is possible. Now please read this and tell me. Whenever we are studying either a warm current or a cold current, where it originates, where it passes through, what is its influence, and what is its use. Simple. And put the next, first read it, please. I try to reduce all the complexities. Given you the simplest one. The next one is North Atlantic Drift. I just come. Take any one or two questions which you can solve from here up till now. The last part of the portion is a little bit difficult, warm current, cold current, but I'll put it in your place. Go to worksheet. Question number 1, you pick it. Hydrological cycle, try now. If you don't, then I'll give you. Question number 2, describe in brief of periodicity of types. You already done. 1, 2, 3. What are the difference between water only? Sources of water. 4. Now solve only 4 and start moving. Different sources of water. In the volume only solve. Different sources of water. You write, it is there. Surface water, underground water, that is what you have to write. So tell them, out of the two, who you guys will meet tomorrow, day after tomorrow here? Both. Then today is this Ganesh. Okay. When we are meeting next time, we'll finish up this chapter and we'll go ahead to the next chapter. Will I answer enough? Okay. No, you can back and move. You got the answer, na? Yes. Back up. Complete the rest of the answers as a homework. And when are these guys going to meet you? Tomorrow? Which lectures? And tell them next Thursday they should be home. Okay.